Hi there. Are you looking to experience more love, more peace, and more abundance in your life? Do you want to wake up each day with greater purpose and feel more fulfilled? If you are, then this is the place for you. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. Over the past 2 decades, our open and affirming community has created a safe space for all to come and be uplifted. I hope you enjoy watching, and if you like what you see, please visit us at cslnj.org.
In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am all that I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. And the songs of all my great-grandmothers, and the dreams of all my great-grandfathers, and the way to rise beyond the pain. All live in me. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. More than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. More than I will be. I am all that I am. And the smiles of all the unborn children, and the dreams of a better day to come, and the dance of a heaven with the earth. All live in me. In the land of been lied to. The lies can be seen through in the land. You can't fall for grace in the land. You cannot be hurt in the land. There's more than enough in the land. Always at home, always at home. And songs of all my great-grandmothers, of all my great-grandfathers, to rise beyond the pain. All live in me. Well, I don't know why you're sitting. And you know, just because the choir is standing doesn't mean you can't stand. So if you want to get up, please get up. You're at home too. Rise up and walk with Don't you know, don't you know? Here we go. Don't you know you got to rise up, rise. Don't you know you got to rise up. Don't you know you got to rise up and walk with God. Rise up from the top. One more time, one more time. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know, don't you know? One more time. Don't you know you got to rise up?
Are these people good or what? Right? We had a full univoice choir today. They're good. They're singing out loud. Beautiful. And of course, we have the usual cast of magicians. Kennedy, what are you guys doing here? Should be on the beach.
Aren't we?
Isn't it summer? All right, well, not yet. June, this is the last Sunday in June. This is June 29th. This is Pride Sunday. And it's going to be a really, really good day today.
Yes.
Started out a little rocky, so little technology issues. Not, technology always works fine. Not a problem. But in case you don't know, if you're here for the first time, I am Reverend Neil Pinkman. I'm the spiritual director of this beautiful community. So, and speaking of our beautiful community, please join me in who we are, saying our opening affirmation. We are an open and affirming science of mind community where the vibration of love lifts you, the wisdom of the ages inspires you, and the science of mind teaching empowers you. We believe that heaven and hell are states of consciousness that you experience in this lifetime, and that you are the architect of your life, and that it is never too late to know true happiness. And we are just thrilled today to have for our speaker, the Reverend Joel Fotinos. You just found out. Yes, that's okay. Fortunately, he always has something to say.
It's love. It's love. That is the faith. That is the faith. That is the trust. That is the trust. That is the knowing. That is the knowing. It's love. It's love. That is the prayer. That is the prayer. That is the light. That is the light. That is the knowing. That is the knowing. Have some love. 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 Have some love.
Love. That's all there is. That's what the one mind is. That's what the creative intelligence is. That is who we are on this plane. We are the living, exquisite, unique expression of the love of God. This is it. Yes, we are an open and affirming community. Yes, we are here to share in the love of one another, to appreciate the uniqueness of each individual and the way that they express whatever it is for them to express beautifully in splendid fashion from source, from that divine intelligence, bringing their authentic selves to each moment, everywhere, so that we can experience it together. We get to know each person as an individual, because that is the expression of God. So I know that everybody who stands before me, as I look in them, I see God in their eyes. I see God in them. I see God expressing as them uniquely. It is a wonderful experience. It is the full experience. And I know that this community, this gathering, is blessed with that openness, that lovingness, that kindness, and that here today, all of that is shared beautifully. So I release these words into the love and the law that makes it all possible. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
It's love. That is the faith. That is the trust. That is the knowing. It's love. It's love. That is the prayer. That is the prayer. That is the light. That is the light. That is the knowing. Have some love. 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 Have some love, have some love, have some love, have Have some love. Have some love. Have some love. Have some love. It's love that is the faith, that is the light, that is the knowing.
Time for our June affirmation. It is in the chat for those online and in your programs there. So please join me in saying the June affirmation. I fully embrace the full spectrum of my human experience. I love who I am, trusting my higher self to guide me in every step. It's never too late to live my authentic life, and it's never too soon to take the first step. I embrace the power of vulnerability and connection. Connecting with Spirit is giving me life, and so it is.
We like to do the peace practice each week, and goodness knows we need it. Each week, right now in this world, right, we see bombs and all sorts of stuff around us in the news, and so it's important for us to put our energy into the world that clearly needs it so much. And also, since this is Pride Sunday, I just wanted to highlight the LGBTQIA plus community as part of that we need to bring our peace to, or we can bring our peace to. We can choose to do so. I hear all the time from people who I know are allies, but they say, I don't know what all those letters mean. So just very briefly, L is for lesbians, women attracted to other women. G is gay, people, males who identify as male attracted to the same gender. Bisexual, people attracted to more than one gender. Transgender, people whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. The Q is either queer or questioning. Queer, of course, is an umbrella term which includes those who don't identify exclusively as heterosexual or cisgender or feel a personal kinship with the community. And questioning refers to individuals exploring their sexual orientation or gender identity. The I is intersex. People born with biological sex characteristics that don't fit typical binary notions of male or female. And the A is asexual, people who experience little to no sexual attraction. And there's a plus at the end. The plus is there to acknowledge and include all other sexual orientations, gender identities, and expressions that are not specifically listed. And I always like to think the plus also includes all of our heterosexual allies who support us and are part of the rainbow community as supporters and allies. So you get a special plus. And this is important because I wanted to make sure I get this right. So I looked it up this morning. In 2025 alone, over 850 anti-LGBTQIA bills have been filed across the United States already. By far a record. And last year was a record from the year before that. 116 anti-trans bills have already passed this year throughout the country. Hate crimes against the LGBTQIA people have surged 112% in the last 24 months. And heartbreakingly, LGBTQIA youth are more than 4 times as likely to harm themselves compared to their peers. So these are the realities. We want to have fun and enjoy ourselves on Sundays, and I hope we're going to have fun in my talk, but I just wanted to also acknowledge this and recognize this because it's important, and we're the people who can bring our energy and awareness to it. So with that in mind, let's just include all people in this, from all nations, the rainbow community, but the larger rainbow community as well, meaning all people, the world. And let's just breathe to our center. And from that place, let's just know this together. I am the peace I wish to see.
I am the peace that I wish to see.
Take a breath. I know this peace for my family.
I know this peace for my family.
Take a breath. I know this peace for my community.
I know this peace for my community.
Take a breath. And my community knows this peace for the world.
And my community knows this peace for the world.
And together we say, and so it is.
From page 105 in The Science of Mind, a divine mental picture. As we look at the many millions of forms of all different shape and color, and yet know that they all come from one stuff, are we not compelled to accept the fact that there is a specific cause or concrete mental image back of every idea or thing, a divine mental picture? In the subjective world, there must be a correspondent of everything in the objective world. And since the subjective world is a receptive or plastic substance, this correspondence can find its initial starting point only in real intelligence. Therefore, intelligence is the ultimate creative agency of the universe.
That we have acknowledged the hardships and difficulties that are affecting the LGBTQIA plus community. So we have done that. I don't want people to think we're just having fun and making light and not acknowledging the fact that there are real issues out in the world. But now that we have done that, we're going to have some fun, and I'm going to involve you all in this. Is there... Okay. Let me try it this way. Is that better?
Yep.
All right. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to involve you all. All right? And it's perfect that the choir's here. You'll find out why. That gives you a hint. That's what they call what do they call it ahead of time? Foreshadowing. Thank you. Okay, we're going to talk about diversity. And I was trying to find my way into the talk, and then Tony said to me yesterday, she goes, just talk about everybody being true to themselves. And that was the entry point. Thank you, Tony, for that. And so I want to talk about it because even though this is Pride Sunday and we do talk about LGBTQIA, it's for all of us. Really, the pride is to be who you are no matter who that is.
Yes.
That's the point. And so we're going to talk about that. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is an accomplishment. Wow. In fact, he said it's the greatest accomplishment. How many of you have ever felt like the world or people in your life have tried to make you to be somebody other than who you are in any way whatsoever? Almost all of our hands have gone up. So we're going to go through some ideas for this, and I'm going to take inspiration from sacred music. Okay? Hence,
The choir.
sacred music. But you know, since this is Pride, it's going to be sacred music, as my spouse Alan would say, it's going to be sacred music with a touch of the gay with it. And we're going to take inspiration from disco music. Did you know that disco songs have hidden spiritual, inspirational messages in them?
I would say.
Well, I'm going to fill you in on that, and I'm going to ask you to participate, just, you know, little snippets of songs. We're not going to sing whole songs of anything, but just little snippets. And so we're going to begin with this one, which is, there's a disco song, and I am going to sing a little bit, and I apologize in advance. Oh, I didn't do the joke.
Do the joke.
Okay. Do you want me to do the joke now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah.
He's trying to start
Okay,
singing.
I'm going to come back to that in a second. I actually have 3 jokes. I don't know which one to do. Okay, if I call, read the good one. Oh, well then I'm going to skip the jokes. If I say 1, 2, or 3, those of you who want to hear 1, raise your hand. Those of you who want to hear the second one, And who wants to hear the third one? I think the second one wins. All right. You voted for it. 3 healthcare professionals were lined up at the pearly gates. The first one goes up to St. Peter, who asks him, "Why should I let you into heaven?" And this healthcare professional said, "Well, I could have made tons of money as a specialist in the city, but I decided to locate in the country where there was a big need for general practitioners despite making less money." And St. Peter said, "Oh, that sounds good." And he goes down, he finds this guy's name, and he says, "You're in." And he goes to the next guy, "Okay, why should we let you in through the pearly gates?" And the second healthcare professional said, she said, "Well, I worked for years researching a cure for the kind of cancer that took my mother, and I eventually found a cure," she said. And St. Peter said, "Oh, that sounds good." And he looks down the book and sees her name, and she says, "Oh yeah, great, you are in too." And she goes through the gates. And then, of course, he says to the third healthcare professional, "Why should we let you in?" And the guy says, "Well, I headed up a managed care company for the insurance company, and I was head of that insurance company, and I helped to make sure that people got exactly the amount of health care their insurance company would provide." And St. Peter looked at his book, and he said, "Here it is, yes, your name, insurance company, managed care, right. Good news, you've been pre-approved to stay in heaven for a 2-day stay." All right, back to the serious stuff of disco music as inspiration. I can go anywhere. I feel like I'm just surfing today. So the first one is a song called "Born to Be Alive." Do you guys remember that? Born to be alive, born to be alive. Yes, I was
Born.
doodle-doodle-doodle-doo.
Born to be alive.
Right. Well, of course, the number one principle that we teach in our teaching is the principle of oneness. And we talk about the fact that we are all created from this oneness, this great love. We were literally born to be alive.
Okay.
So that song literally teaches what we teach in every one of our classes and every Sunday and throughout the entire textbook. There is divine potential within you. You were born, the moment you were conceived and born, you had the entire fullness and allness of creation inside of you and as you. And you still do.
Yes.
Everywhere you go, you don't have to go somewhere special, you don't have to be something special, you just have to realize that full potential that is within you because you were born to be alive. Number 2, this is an easy one. I'm not going to sing this one though, but how many of you know the song "I Feel Love" by Donna Summer?
Oh yeah.
That's a song that kind of was very revolutionary in its time. I feel love, I feel love, I feel love. Great words. I think then it goes, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love. And, but that ties right into it, which is the fact that we were born from love. We were born that way, not from fear. Not from fear. Love is the origin of who we are, and love is our purpose. So when we get connected, aligned with that truth of who we are, what do we feel? We feel love, and we feel it in the most deep, profound way possible. That's one of our teachings. And it's good to remember that when the world tries to throw you off your game and tries to do anything that is unlike love, it's so good to remember that we have tools that bring us right back to that center of I feel love. Number 3, the great Diana Ross. How many Diana Ross fans in this room? Oh my gosh. This is not probably my favorite disco song of hers, which is "If There's a Cure for This, I Don't Want It."
Love Hangover.
Right? Love Hangover. If there's a remedy, I'll run from it. Oh my God, I love that song. This is the one that probably you would expect me to talk about today, which is "I'm Coming Out." I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
That's right. This is so clearly a spiritual inspired song because we get to come out as who we are, whatever that means for each one of us. So you don't have to be part of the rainbow community to come out as who you are. And it's so empowering to realize this and then to do it. And once you do that and you own your own power, then people can't throw you off. I remember years ago, this is maybe a weird time, but I remember years ago where people were pushing people in the subways in front of trains. And so what they said on TV, that's a weird segue, what they were saying on TV was, don't stand in front of the subway trains like this, stand like this. It's a power stance. And if you stand in your power, they said, nobody can throw you off of it. That's what I'm Coming Out does. Nobody can throw you off of it. So, you know, that's, when people disapprove of you, doesn't matter. Because you are being who you are truly meant to be. All right, number 4. Now, we're going to divide the room probably, since you guys are singers, so it's you guys and everyone else, okay? So this side of the room is going to say, don't rock the boat. And this side of the room has 2 lines. The first line is, don't rock the boat, baby. No, you're rock the boat. Sorry, don't use the don't. You're don't rock the boat, baby. And your second line is, don't tip the boat over. Okay, ready? And
Don't rock the boat, baby. Don't tip the boat over. Don't rock the boat, baby.
rock the boat. All right. How does this tie into a spiritual lesson? How does this tie into a spiritual lesson? This is the spiritual lesson. When you are aligned, you stay in your own lane, which means that you stay in spiritual alignment, which means you don't rock out your own peace. In other words, you don't create the drama that takes you off of your center. So we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want that boat to tip over. Our spiritual practices help us so that we don't live that kind of rocking the boat life, right? We are grounded. And that helps us to go through life, especially life as it appears to be right now, where it is a rock the boat world. And the world says, rock the boat. And this community says, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. We ain't going to tip the boat over, not this group here. So, okay, it's a little bit of a reach. I didn't say they're all perfect.
I like it. I like it.
I'm just realizing we're a disco of mind community.
A disco of mine. All right, number 5. Aw,
Freak out.
la freak, say chic.
Freak out.
Right. Well, I don't know if you guys know it. I mean, we all know that song, of course, but I don't know if you know where that song came from. Nile Rodgers, I was reading his memoir. He's the songwriter, and he also did I'm Coming Out with Donna Summer, by the way. But he and his friend Bernard, his co-writing partner, were trying to get into Studio 54, the great disco of the 70s, and the bouncers wouldn't let them in. And he was like, why aren't you letting me in? And he finally just said to the bouncer, I mean, I'm paraphrasing the story, but he said to the bouncer, F you. And then he's in that moment, as a songwriter, he's like, that'd be a great song. So he and Bernard start working on it, but they realize very quickly, they can't have a song with that title. So they're like, what should we title it that's similar to it? Oh, and that's how they came up with Freak Out. La Freak, c'est chic. So when you think of that song is kind of a big F you, which, by the way, on the spiritual path sometimes is a necessary thing to do, and I'll tell you why, right? That can be a very holy moment when you realize that your boundaries have been crossed. And so the freak out is the moment when you set a line in the sand and you say, this is the line I no longer will tolerate people stepping over. That's actually a very spiritual idea, made fun by Chic. Okay, number 6, I apologize in advance. Number 6 is, if you want my body, come on, sugar, let me know. Oh, Neil's like, this is his last talk. Okay. That's a Rod Stewart song, Do You Think I'm Sexy? Now, the reason that's on this list for us to get some spiritual inspiration from is this. Nothing about you is shameful. Nothing about you is shameful. Your body is not shameful. Whatever your body looks like, however your body is, it's perfect in the eyes of spirit. Your heart is not shameful. Your love is not shameful, no matter who you love. So nothing was shameful. Everything was created by love. So love who you love, befriend your body, and do not apologize for having the life that you want to live and the passions that we all have. Number 7. More, more, more.
How do you like it? How do you like it?
More, more, more.
How do you like it?
All right.
Ty's good with this name down.
I know.
Tracy too.
There's some good people throughout here. I mean, more, more, more. Stop living small, right? Mm-hmm. Stop living small. Stop asking for barely enough and start embracing life. Start letting life support you, and you just open yourself up to more, more, more. Mm-hmm. How do you like that? How do you like it? Okay. And you are, by the way, you are allowed to want more.
Yes.
You are allowed to want more. And if you were waiting for somebody to give you approval to ask for more, I'd give it to you now. You didn't need it, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. If that sparks you to move forward, to ask for more out of life and out of yourself. Okay, number 8. This is the OG. At first I was afraid.
Of course.
Thinking that I could never live without you.
by my side.
But I spent so many nights thinking,
how you did me wrong.
and I grew. And I learned how to get along, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that same look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I didn't know for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. All right. This is a great spiritual lesson for us, though, because every person in this room or listening to this talk right now, tell me if I'm wrong, we have all overcome so much. Yes. Right? Every single experience we have had to get to this moment of this day shows us the strength that we have. That's why that song, I think, resonates, is because it harkens to that part inside of us that cannot be damaged, that cannot be hurt, that is not weak, that is full of absolute, pure spiritual power. I will survive.
Right.
All right, number 9. We are family. I got all my family with me. All right. Now, that's clear, right? And all you have to do is do our hugging part to know what family we feel in this room with each other and the connection. We are family. But also, something that I think many people can relate to, and certainly people of the LGBTQIA community knows, which is family is not about blood, it's about choosing your family. And family is about people who love and support you exactly as you are, not tolerate you, but love you, celebrate you, and help you and applaud you. So we belong to each other, and that's love is what makes a family. And then finally, number 10, I'm not going to sing it, but it's the dance, ooh, 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 dance. Oh. Boogie Wonderland. I guess I did sing it. I included Boogie Wonderland on this list just because it's a hell of a song. I mean, really, it's just a heck of a good song. But I ended it with this too, because sometimes the best medicine is to just dance, to just move, to just be joyful and enjoy ourselves. That's what Boogie Wonderland is about if you listen to the words. It's just getting into that energy, that rhythm of joy. And what could be more spiritual than that? That is spiritual. So those are fun.
Joel, can I give you the lyric for that?
Yeah.
The song says, all the love in the world can't be wrong.
Thank you.
All the need to be loved can't be wrong.
Amen.
Yeah.
Were you in the emotions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I was. I wish.
Every time my son wears his Earth, Wind, and Fire t-shirt, by the way, it makes me so happy that he loves them, because I love them. Okay, so that was fun and playful, but I hope you saw some real inspiration, and just have fun with our spiritual thing. But I do want to leave you with 3 really quick ideas that really do tie into this idea of being true to yourself and living this. And the first one is, block out the noise and go within to find out who you are. We have spent a lot of time talking about the idea from the 4 agreements called domestication, which is that from the moment we're born, everyone else is trying to tell you who you are and who you should be. And I think one of the lessons we can get from pride, and from many other things too as well, by the way, is to just be who you are, because only you know who you are. So we teach in this practice, the Science of Mind practice, to go within and let that voice be the one to tell you who you are, and not all the other ones around you. That doesn't mean we don't accept feedback and, you know, all of that. What it does mean, though, is that our compass is inside of ourselves, not outside of ourselves. Dolly Parton said, "Find out who you are and then be it on purpose."
On purpose.
Great. The Saint, the Dolly Parton is, she's amazing. Number 2, stop shrinking yourself to fit in or to make other people comfortable. We do things like we behave in certain ways to gain love or to avoid hate, which is a transactional way of going through life. We play small not to upset other people, which is a codependent way to go through life. Or we experience things like self-doubt, self-confusion, self-hatred even in some cases. And yet your spirit was not designed to be compressed. Your bigness, whatever that means for you, is your blessing. It's your blessing. Who you are in the biggest possible way is your blessing. So let's stop shrinking ourselves, and while we're at it, since we're in a Science of Mind community, let's stop shrinking our God too. God is bigger than, how could a God fit into any one religion? That doesn't make any sense, right? So we're gonna stop shrinking life, God, and ourselves. Finally, the third and last thing is that I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago, in the Bible, that's that book that some people are really obsessed with out in the world, written thousands of years ago. But in the Bible, the thing that is repeated most in the entire Bible, over 300 times, and in fact, it is estimated to be mentioned 365 times. Whoa. So what does that tell you?
One for every
One
day.
a day. Is, do not fear. Fear not. Be not afraid.
Ooh.
Well, what if we remembered that every day for our lives, to not be afraid of who we are? That doesn't mean don't be aware of your surroundings, etc. It's not using common sense. What it means is being fully who you are and not being afraid to express yourself in the most amazing ways that you can at any point of any day. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. Mm-hmm. Fear not. Fear not. You were created as you are because you, whoever you are, you're needed. You're needed here. Right where you are, you were needed. That's why you were created. That's why you were born this way. So, I'm going to end with 2 quotes. They're both from spiritual masters. The first is that famous spiritual teacher known as Dr. Seuss. And he said, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind."
Yeah.
That's a good one, right? And then finally,
Okay.
it's Pride Month, so
Well
I'm going to end it with a quote from the great guru known as Guru Paul. And if you've ever watched any one of Guru Paul's shows, RuPaul ends every TV show with the exact same thing. She yells to the entire group of people in the audience. She says, "If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? Can I get an amen?"
Amen.
Amen. Woo! Let's take that into our hearts right now. Oh, it's fun to have fun.
Yes, it is.
And it's fun to be able to experience our spiritual selves, our soul, in every possible way, from grief, longing, all the way to fun and play, and every experience in between. They are all, in one sense, the same experience. They're experiences of the divine, all with different clothing on. So today we get to dance and enjoy ourselves and just take inspiration from music and from the wisdom of songs and from people and from communities, and we get to just enjoy it. That's where we're at right now. So knowing that and acknowledging that and bringing that energy into our treatment, our spiritual affirmative prayer right now, I just know that we are one with the One. And from that great Creator, we all were created. We were born this way as divine beings, manifested from this one power. And from that, we get to experience the full spectrum of life. And we get to know it, and we get to spend every day learning to fear less so that we can love more, and be less afraid so that we can be more of exactly who we are. Because that is not just the way you were born, but the why of why you were born. Oh, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that we can have a community that has the full spectrum of experiences and teachings, and that we can also just be together as the family that we are. So thank you to Spirit, thank you to life, thank you to that divine energy. And I now just release this, knowing that as we hear these words, we just open ourselves up even more, our hearts, our minds, everything even more, to be even more authentic today than we ever have been before this moment. And for that, I give so much thanks. I give so much great thanksgiving, releasing it into love and law and light. Yes. And together we know this as, and so it is. Thank you.
Great job, and great job, musicians, too. Thank you. And thank you, Reverend Joel, for a great talk. And yes, we will have you back. But here's a warning, right? Today was Disco Week, but July, our theme is a summer of love, right? So next week, the whole talk will be Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys. And I expect everybody to know God Only Knows and Good Vibrations.
Those are good songs.
That's what we got here is Good Vibrations, right? Yeah. Actually, that was the name of two of my boats, Good Vibrations. Yes, I am a Beach Boy freak. What can I tell you? So, now is that time. Now is that time for gratitude and for us to just be so open to share and to give. And this community does it in so many ways. And you'll see in the newsletters, you'll see in a handout on the back how the outreach program is working. If you want to know more about that and what we're doing, go ahead, wave. You can wave. That's Edna. See Edna over there. So we'll get to more of that. But the time, the effort, the leadership, the donations, volunteering, the caring, the sharing. Just look at what's going on WhatsApp now, and I'm so glad, thank you, Andy, wherever you are, for creating the WhatsApp, and how quickly we get out to say prayers for each other and support each other. And that's so needed, but it's who we are. It's what we do. So, and we've been doing it for 23 years, okay? 23 years from now, I want to be standing here thanking you all again. Of course, it'll sound something like this.
Hey, listen, we'll take it.
I'd like to thank you, but I don't know who the hell you are. So,
We'll take it.
all right. So, if I'm here 23 years from now, you're in trouble. So if you would, please read with me the Conscious Giving affirmation. I bless this gift that I give today. I give this gift from my heart, and I give it mindfully. May my gift go further to heal, prosper, and bless this center and all who enter. I accept all good that comes as a result of this flow, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is. And yes, next week, don't show up here. We're on Zoom only. It's 4th of July weekend, right? That's one of those weekends where the only people who do show up on Zoom because they don't own a beach house. So, but I'm going to tell you this. You have a phone. You can click on the link on your phone, so while you're laying on the beach, you can go ahead, and we'll all be jealous, but we'll be watching you there on the beach. But you can tune in from the beach. That's why God created the cell phone.
And the beach, too?
Yeah, we could put the link in the WhatsApp. That's a good idea. You know, you occasionally come up with some good ones. There you go.
He's on.
Joel's on a roll. We have our own personal Jolie roll. So we are on Zoom only next week, July 6th, and we are kicking off a summer of love, love of summer, too. And I will be bringing us in with the title Soul Sizzle, Falling in Love with Life Again, a kickoff to a summer of love. So, by the way, we're just wrapping up what's coming up. We're just wrapping up the class on immortality. It's been fantastic. We've had 19 people in that class, and more people wanted to get in. I didn't let them in because they were from Philly. Well, no, they just wanted to get in at the 4th and 5th class. Nothing against Philly. But
It's okay. I didn't take it personally.
so there's going to be a follow-up class coming up to this, right? Because we talked about losing our fear of death so that we don't have a fear of life and living life, right? So now that we figured out we don't need to fear death, what now? Right? And that's what this next class is going to be in September, kicking off. And that is, what do we do now? Right? The title of it, technically, is, I should know this, I thought of it, Living Fully Now. Purpose, presence, and the power of here. Because everything we do here, folks, is for you to live, as Joel expressed today, a free life, not in fear, a life of joy, a life of freedom, a life of being your authentic self. That's why we're here. I know it's weird to say that's why I taught a class on death, but it's true. If you get over that, you live fully now. That's going to be the next class. What do we do now to really live presently and fully? If you haven't signed up for WhatsApp, sign up for it. It's in all the newsletters. That's it. That's all I got. You guys got a song left or no?
No, we're done.
No? Yeah, all right.
No, we're done. I'm sorry.
All right, go
Good
ahead.
night.
It's all yours.
Of course we have another song. It's a song about inclusion. Hey, Joel, did you know you had a rainbow on your back the whole time you were talking? You had a rainbow on your back the whole time you were talking. Let's get up. One more time. Weakness, joy over sadness, God knows my name. Father to the fatherless, friend to the friendless, hope for the hopeless, God knows my name. I will praise you, I will praise you, for I am faithfully and wonderfully made. I am not forgotten, I am not forgotten, I am not forgotten, God knows my name. I am not forgotten, I am not forgotten, I am not forgotten, God knows my name, God knows my name. Weakness, joy over sadness, God knows my name. Father to the fatherless, friend to the friendless, hope for the hopeless, God knows my name. I will praise you, I will praise you, for I am faithfully and wonderfully made. Not forgotten, forgotten. God knows my name. I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. God knows my name. God knows my name. God knows my name. I am not forgotten, never forsaken. I am not forgotten, never forsaken. I am I am not forgotten, never forsaken. God knows my name. God knows your name. I am not forgotten. You are not forgotten. No, no, no. God knows my name. God knows my name. I am not forgotten. Oh, oh, I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. God knows my name. I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. God knows my name. 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 Happy Sunday!
Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, we believe in empowering individuals to discover their inner strength and their connection to divine life. Through our supportive community, transformative workshops, and uplifting services, we provide a safe space for personal growth and spiritual exploration. Whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a deeper understanding of life's mysteries, our center offers practical tools and timeless wisdom to help you thrive. Join us in creating a more diverse, compassionate, and kind world. Your world, the way you want to create it.